Russia's War in Ukraine by Andrew Raine, Brad Lendon, Rock Picheta, and Hafsa, Khalil, CNN. What we're covering as the battle for the east of Ukraine heats up, Russian forces are trying to surround Ukrainian troops in the Lysychansk and Severodonetsk areas of Luhansk. The Ukrainian military says it has begun a counter-offensive against Russian forces in the south of the country and claimed significant advances in the direction of Kherson. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called on the EU to put aside internal disputes and push forward with plans to approve the bloc's proposed sixth package of sanctions against Moscow. U.S. President Joe Biden said he won't send rockets to Ukraine that could reach Russia amid CNN reporting that the U.S. is preparing to approve advanced long-range rocket systems for Ukraine. The Russians have warned the U.S. would cross the red line if it supplies the systems. Zelensky calls on EU to approve sixth package of sanctions against Russia, from CNN's Niamh Kennedy in London. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on screen speaks during a special meeting of the European Council at the European Council building in Brussels on May 30th. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Monday called on the European Union to put aside internal disputes and push on with plans to approve the bloc's proposed sixth package of sanctions against Russia. Addressing EU leaders attending the European Council summit in Brussels on Monday, Zelensky called on the bloc to maintain a sense of unity in the face of Russian aggression. This is time for you to become not separate but one whole. Ukraine has demonstrated why everyone has to be united. We're all working for one purpose. He told the summit via video link. You have managed to stop the invaders, and more united is the basis of the success, or the disputes within the European Union must stop because they give incentives for Russia to carry on. Zelensky urged the EU leaders. The Ukrainian leader stressed that although he is grateful for efforts being made to advance the sixth sanction package, the bloc must push on with plans to approve the sanctions. Unfortunately, for some reason, it is still not in place, and for some reason, you are dependent on the Russian pressure, and it should be the opposite. Russia should depend on you. Why is Russia still able to earn $1 billion per day selling oil? He asked EU leaders. There should be an oil embargo so that Russia understands the price of its actions. Zelensky continued. Biden, Ukraine's battle against Russia is part of a larger fight that unites our people, from CNN's DJ Judd. U.S. President Joe Biden speaks at Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, Virginia on May 30th. U.S. President Joe Biden took the opportunity to tie the solemnity of the U.S. Memorial Day holiday today to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In this moment, when a war of aggression is once more bewitched by Russia to snuff out the freedom and democracy, the very culture and identity of neighboring Ukraine, see so clearly all that's at stake. Freedom has never been free. Democracy has always required champions. Biden said. He continued, today, the pioneer stroll for democracy and freedom. Ukraine and its people are on the front lines fighting to save their nation. But their fight is part of a larger fight that unites all people. It's a fight that so many of the patriots whose eternal rest is here on these hallowed grounds were part of. A battle between democracy and autocracy, between liberty and repression, between appetites and ambitions of a few, who forever seek to dominate the lives and liberties of many. A battle for essential democratic principles, for rule of law, free and fair elections, freedom to speak and write and assemble, freedom to worship as one chooses, freedom of the press, principles that are essential for a free society. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, who introduced Biden, echoed the president's sentiment, highlighting in his speech the power of democratic citizens and soldiers to defy tyranny, cruelty, and oppression in Ukraine as Russia's invasion of the country continues. European Council aims to reach political agreement on Russian oil embargo on Monday, EU officials says. From CNN's James Frater in London. The Picheta oil refinery, which is majority owned by Russian energy company Rosneft, stands on April 30th in Judd, Germany. The European Council aims to reach a political agreement on an embargo on Russian oil on Monday, a European Union official told CNN. This embargo will cover more than two-thirds of oil imports from Russia, which covers all seaborne oil from Russia, the official said. European Union diplomats failed to reach consensus Sunday on the terms of the embargo, but held further talks Monday in a bid to present a deal for approval by EU leaders at a summit later in the day. Some temporary exceptions have been granted to ensure security of supply for certain member states, the official said, adding the Council will come back to these exceptions as soon as possible. In addition to the oil embargo, the new sanctions package against Russia will include other substantial measures, including de-swifting of the largest Russian bank, Sberbank, a ban on further 3 Russian state-owned broadcasters, listing of individuals who have committed war crimes in Ukraine, according to the official.